Clean, very nice. Super clean.
Really fucking we're going to and eggs in the pasta, so it's like you have to have a bunch of lemon shells. That's so not good enough to very strong start. That's really all.
Drizzle in here. So some people are wondering, how is it that I wear a size 12.5 or 13? That's usually the size for any man. Big, small, 6'2" like I am, or 7 feet, or 6'5" or whatever. Usually it's 12.5 or bigger. Sometimes even 14. But 12.5 to 13 is the shoe size for any normal male. Yeah, some of these NBA players, obviously, NBA or NFL or NBL, baseball, whatever, they have big feet as well. But usually it's mostly only men that have a shoe size that's 12.5 or bigger. It's mostly only men that have a shoe size that's 12.5 or bigger. It's actually very rare to see it in anything besides a man. 12.5 usually is the size, the shoe size for any man, no matter how tall. Usually it starts there. Usually 12.5, 13, something like that. And obviously these folks, because they're all transgender, they have size 11 and below. I've seen some of them at the Strand. They wear size 7. Which is the woman's size, right? Size 7, size 8, size 7 or 8. It looks like they got it from the kids store, yeah. And they got it from the kids department. But yeah, usually for any man, 12.5 and bigger is usually where it's at. Indifferent of height. Indifferent of height is going to be around 12.5 or bigger. If it's a dude, an actual dude. And if it's one of the dudes, it's 12.5 or bigger always. My knee's gonna hurt a little bit. They got these groups on these children excursions. I mean, they got field trips. Yeah, field trips. Yeah, but these boots are a lot better than what I had. They're a lot more comfortable, easier to work with. I don't have to put any cardboard in there, which is so much better. It's some kind of field trip, I guess. Some kind of field trip. There's a lot of them in here. YouCut is working just fine. We just processed the video. My father had issues with the shoes as well. And it was all, I mean, leading up to the collapse of the Soviet Union, allegedly, because they just moved somewhere else. They moved their headquarters. They moved their headquarters to somewhere else, which is obviously Hollywood. I mean, it's obviously Hollywood and Downing Street, obviously the monarchy. But leading up to the collapse of the Soviet Union, like I said, my father had the same issue with shoes. Couldn't find the right size. Couldn't find the right size. No one was selling the right size. All kinds of disruptions and bullshit. And like I said, in America, obviously you have a free market economy. You're going to find whatever shoes you want to find. You're going to find the shoes that you need. But in Romania, because you had everybody was so impoverished after World War II and communism and stuff that they had in Eastern Europe, Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Eastern Germany and so on. That's after what they had over there, it was always a disruption leading up to the collapse of the Soviet Union. Some kind of disruption. You always needed something that they didn't have. Basic needs. Basic needs. You couldn't find anything. Yeah, because they're fucking collapsing and stuff, and they couldn't find shoes anywhere. Yeah? My father had the same issue. I remember. He was always complaining about the shoes and fucking looking for shoes. And that's kind of nice.
This train has 9 carriages. Some stations have short platforms. If you are travelling to Thornton or Bratton, you will need to travel in the front 7 carriages to the train. Train at 22 is the 1500 service to Teddington, coming at Vauxhall, Queenstown Road, Clapham Junction, Watertown, Buckley, Barnes, Moorgate, Longsheen, Richmond, St Margaret, Swindon, Story Hill, and Teddington. This train has 8 carriages. Kensington and Hampton Court. This train has 8 carriages. This train has 8 carriages. Some stations have short platforms. If you are travelling to Isleworth, you will need to travel in the front 7 carriages of the train. Sorry, the accessible toilets of this train are out of use. The train at 7:12 is the 15:05 service to Weymouth via Winchester and Poole via Winchester, calling at Basingstoke, Winchester, Southampton Airport Parkway and Southampton Central with train settlements. Please travel in front 5 carriages of the train for Rotherham, Bournemouth, Branson, Marston, Cork, Hamworthy, Alton Heath, Vale, Newport, Wharton, Dorchester South, Parkway and Weymouth. Please travel in front 5 carriages of the train for Totton, Rotherham, Slade, Middleton, Touchdown for Boston, Bournemouth and Poole. Sorry, the accessible toilets on this train are out of use. The train at platform 3 is the 15:06 service to Hampton Court. Calling at Clapham Junction, Burlesfield, Wimbledon, Redcar, New Malden, Maryland, Surbiton, Kensington and Hampton Court. This train has 8 carriages. The 15:03 service to Guildford via Cobham and Stoke Davernant is delayed. We're sorry that your journey will take longer than planned. Passengers for Guildford, your next fastest direct service is now expected to be the 15:30 to Portsmouth Harbour. The train at platform 16 is the 15:07 service to Hounslow, calling at Vauxhall, Clapham Junction, Portsmouth Town, Buckingham Farm, Farm Bridge, Chiswick, Kew Bridge, Brentford, Iron Lane, Isleworth and Hounslow. This train has 8 carriages. Some stations have short platforms. If you are travelling to Isleworth, you will need to travel in the front 7 carriages of the train. Sorry, the accessible toilets on this train are out of use. Vauxhall, Clapham Junction, Wimbledon, Redcar, New Malden, Norton, Kingston, Hampton Wick, Teddington, Fullerwell, Hampton, Kempton Park, Sunbury, Upper Halliford and Shepperton. This train has 10 carriages. 12 service to Shepperton via Kingston, calling at Vauxhall junction.
It's raining. Everybody's gone. It's not that many people out here. Everybody kind of disappeared, which is good. You know, it's more quiet. It's more quiet that way. The pooping is okay, it's not bad. It's okay today. It's okay, not bad. Go. Discuss the wind. Yeah, it doesn't, over here, it doesn't rain without wind. You gotta have the wind to rain, you know?
I find the designs put together.
I know, fine. I do not. Right.
Stop now. see with Android 13, it's supposed to be the be-all, end-all of Android, because nobody in their right fucking mind would run those service calls. And so it's more problematic than 12 and 11 or 10. And you see on Android 13, it's you know, it's a lot more problematic. So you know, it was supposed to be the end of the road, so to speak, for this training program. It's more severe than 12 or 11. Road's gonna break. I'm exhausted. Now I've been playing around with the service calls. I'm just trying to figure out which one is going to make it really simple. Because that animation of call settings is always fucking loading and loading. It seems to be connectivity 34.1. Changing some of the connectivity to 1 now seems to do it. So I'm still tinkering around with it, but I got it to work for now. It's not fucking showing me that it's loading. It's picking up the sim, but it's looking for something. I don't know what the hell it's doing, but dual sim doesn't always work on this one. It's cold in this rain, guys. We gotta go get in the queue, get ready for the John Wayne time. They're not coming until 6. I had an issue with connectivity not working at all. Using telephony registry service calls. So on the S22, so I have to take out the beginning ones. I left number 6, and left number 6 in there, and the other one's another one. But the telephony registry in the beginning of the script, the first couple of numbers cause the connectivity to crash. I'm still tinkering around with these service calls, and like I said, it's not an exact science because it's not an exact science because they always change the numbers. They even change with the, sometimes it changes with the patches. There's nobody over here. Where is everyone? Damn, there's nobody over here. It's fucking 4:30. Yeah, 4:13. There's everyone. Shit. Hey. Shit. Piece of shit. Not looking very good, huh?
Yeah, fucking check your shit.
There's nobody over here. Where is everyone? What's going on? Oh, it's raining. Yeah, so I mean, I've been playing around with the numbers. It seems to make an impact. As far as the streaming bit goes, it seems to be making an impact. But, like I said, I'm not even sure what they do. There's documentation on it that you're supposed to be reading by build number. And you look at the build number of your phone and stuff, and it should, there's a website where you can look up the service calls to see what they do. But it's not, you just need to know that it needs to be at 0. Yeah, but, most of the time it has to be 0. And you're good to go. So long as you have functionality, you retain functionality like dual SIM, mobile data, airplane mode. So long as you, the end user, has functionality, everything else, doesn't matter because everything else, needs to be at 0. So you don't need to know what they do. Yeah, but if you retain functionality over the phone, it doesn't matter what they do. Yeah, you just need to know that everything needs to be 0. Yeah, they made it pretty simple. It's not difficult. It's not difficult to the point where you can't figure out what the fuck to do. It's just that there is documentation. If anybody wants to look it up, I don't know. I don't even know. I never looked it up. I gotta try and see. Try and see where this information is about the service.